been a couple days. I think I did a live where we did some Q&A yesterday. However, we're back to our weekly tarot because it is Monday. Let's see if we can get these all knocked out this week. Cosmos peeping in. So hello, Cancer, and welcome. This is your weekly tarot for all right. It was a goal of mine to get back on track. Okay. So here's the thing for Cancer. The first thing that's coming out is right now there's a little bit of overwhelm. We've got the Eight of Swords. Here's what's interesting about this Eight of Swords is this person feels as if they're locked in, blocked in, and can't see their way. There is a blindfold on, and so what this card really talks about is not being able to see your way out. If you look, there's no lid on the box. There's no cap to this, but they just can't see it because they're so involved with all of this. Is fear. This is like a literal, like feeling just locked up with fear. I see the Four of Coins. This might be a financial thing for you. So you're worried about how the financial outcome is going to be for the next phase. I mean, everybody feels a little pinched at Christmas, right? It's been a tough year. I am seeing like the Tower card. Are you worried about moving or having to take a trip right now that might not be, maybe you're not looking forward to this trip, but I can tell you there are some beautiful cards in this mix. We have the Death card for you next to the Tower. So that tells me that you're resistant to change right now. Change is uncomfortable. We don't like it when it surprises us, but sometimes it's the best thing that can ever happen. We just can't see it that way. I do know that this period build. So after some things have kind of fallen apart for you, it feels as if you're doing that rebuilding now, okay? It's not that you're in chaos right now. It's just the foundation in which you're making your decisions. It's like, I don't want to repeat that lesson. So how do I come to these next phases in my life with a sense of feeling healed and emotionally strong and make things easier and more balanced? So this intensity behind us is what we're trying to let go of. Like, how can I make this so things aren't so amped up and high level? But what I'm seeing for you, see here, the Star card. So this is hope. So that's why I say that these next phases are what you hope for yourself. So in addition to having the King of Swords, you have the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords. So what that talks to me about, how that talks to me is that you're coming from a place of emotion. You've got 2 or 3 cards in here that have to do with cups and starting over. So we have this King of Cups, which is literally the definition for EQ. So your goal, the way that you want to approach the next phases is all about having emotional intelligence. How can I do these things better? I don't see that things had completely fallen apart, but in emotional state here we have the Tower, right? So things were shaken up a little bit. It makes us look at things a little differently. But moving forward from those events, we have the Ten of Cups, which is balance, internal and external balance. This is the thing that we want to attain. You also have the Six of Swords. So even though things have felt a little chaotic and you haven't been able to see your way out, as I was pointing out in the beginning, you've got the Six of Swords, which is moving forward, things getting easier. The swords are pointing away from you. There's a lot of things going on in your decision making right now here with the Queen of Swords that talks about walking away from a dead tree. Like you're really not, I was just going to do a live earlier about anger, right? That's the mood or the emotion of the day, right? How do you not participate when someone else is angry and you begin to feel those anger emotions yourself? To a situation, the more force is needed in order to win an argument is to win an argument. Emotional peace can go a long way, and sometimes arguments aren't even necessary or important. My bestie always says, is this the hill you want to die on? We've got to decide if that's the thing worth even fighting for. Sometimes we get caught up in argument energy or competitive energy. And what is competition but fear? It's scarcity mentality. So if somebody has all this competition, the first thing that they want to do is prove that they are worthy or prove that they are legitimate, or there's proof that has to be had. And all that is fear. They're afraid that if they don't have some outside evidence saying so, that they are not the thing. So they have to measure themselves against everyone and everything. And it gets exhausting after a while. Let's pull some cards for you from the Mystic Dreamer for your moon reading. So this is for Cancer moon. I feel like the energy is all over the place. I hope my sentences are even making sense. Hopefully this information is coming out. I've been kind of meditating all morning and I'm real fired up. So let's do your Cancer moon reading for those of you who are a Cancer moon. To book your one-on-one, karmaondeck.com. There are some classes there, spiritual mentorship, tarot 101. If you want to book your one-on-one and get an in-depth reading, that's where you'll find me. All right, here we go. So I'm seeing the 5 of Pentacles. So somewhere Cancer's starting to lose a little bit of hope when it comes to charity and giving. You're really feeling lack of hope. I think you're a little bit more obsessed with drama and how things are going to turn out. And that miscommunication is going on. I've always said that nothing hurts my feelings more than someone I love misunderstanding me, especially when they take something completely the opposite of what I intended. You know, if I'm intending to be kind, and how could they take it that I would be cruel or mean or in that direction? But I'm seeing a lack of hope here. This is 5 of Pentacles. Now, this is one of the cards that represents depression. I'm not accusing you of being depressed, but perhaps this is an energy that's surrounding you. Maybe you have a partner or a child that you want to help. Yes, but we're feeling like there's a miscommunication with this individual. I totally understand that. There's an individual in my family dynamic right now that I would love to reach out and help, but the chaos is insane right now. And so it's too hot to touch. So that's why I have this 3 of Swords. If this were me, I'd feel kind of heartbroken, right? So this is lack of faith or losing hope that this can even affect change with this individual or with yourself. If you're feeling depressed right now, I'm also seeing insomnia and external arguments where you're feeling as if there's conflict that is involving more than one person. This is something that you're worried and focused on. How do I fix it? And I do feel as if there's drama, or there's nothing to pan out, and miscommunication. So, and this one here's drama. So this is a lot of heated energy for you, Cancer, and you're just sitting on it and brewing because you're not sure how to clear it. And the answer is right here in the Strength card. This is using experience from our past in order to bring wisdom into current decision making and how we operate with other individuals. This is absolutely not easy. Very not easy. Very not easy, me and my grammar today. I'm going to pull a card for Divination of the Ancients and see what your focus is for this week. It's coming, although it's likely a lot of us have, maybe that's a word, there's judgment. And sometimes that can bring it about, but what is it telling you? That, so the Wisdom card, right? The Strength, navigate better than do so. What is that saying? You know, so it's not so much, okay, let's pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients. It's Crying Mirror. So it's, I was just going to say that if you're fearful of something happening, maybe you're going to be already on edge before somebody's even spoken and create an environment where it's like, I knew you were going to be an asshole, but maybe we're looking for it as well. And maybe, so this is Crying Mirror, which is projection is perception. Sometimes our own filter causes a projection to show up, and we perceive things to be in that way based on our view and our belief window. So the Scrying Mirror is maybe slow down a little bit and start looking outwardly and look at things as how they really are. That's really encompassing the Strength card and in paying attention to the pragmatic points of a situation and not making them such a big a deal. And like I said, maybe unplug. This is the time for giving, yet don't forget to give to yourself. It's not a joyful giver that's fried and grouchy and got too much on their plate. So remember, don't serve from an empty cup. Give to yourself first. If that just includes saying no or giving yourself some rest, hopefully that will help to alleviate some of this season's stress. I just want to give you love and light, and thank you for joining me. And I will catch you on the flip side as I come back here. I've been a little back on track. So we're going to try and get all of these done this week.